they're the faster airplanes. This is a Piaggio 149 taking off. Warren Jug Jagodnik is the pilot, retired Air Force F-16 pilot. Keeps his airplane locally here. Next airplane is a T6 Texan flown by Rick Henshaw. Rick brought that airplane up from the Richmond area, just bought it about 3 months ago. Next T6 coming is Fran Fortin, also a local Culpeper, keeps his airplane at Culpeper, beautiful T6. Listen to the prop as it goes by. So the folks, that sound you hear as the prop goes by is the propeller tips on a T6 are supersonic as it goes by. The last 2 inches of the prop are actually going faster than the speed of sound. And that's the sound of the prop as you hear the prop. That was a T-34 Mentor flown by Tom Van Wingerden. Notice this airplane coming up, the one before it, you won't hear that prop tip going supersonic. This is a Chipmunk flown by Paul Miller. Works here at the Culpeper Airport, one of our very own. This is another Navion flown by Beth. I'm sorry, I don't know her last name, but beautiful Navion. Jug is now overhead, set up a pattern at 600 feet. He'll take the aircraft around the pattern and give us flybys. The Navions that you saw take off, the last 3 aircraft, they're actually built by North American Aviation, same manufacturer as the T6. Here's Rick Henshaw, and this is the first T6, the white T6, followed by Fran Fortin. Fortin coming by in the blue T6. T6 Texans built by North American Aviation. 600 horsepower on the radial engine, 9 cylinders, built by Pratt & Whitney. Retractable landing gear was the advanced trainer for World War II. All of the American and Allied fighter pilots had to fly the T6 in order to fly the fighters they went on to in the war.
Look at this one with the lights on.
Go plug it in. Just go and just plug it in. Then you get the favorite.
That's the T-34 Mentor rocking his wings at us. Tom Van Wingerden and Dr. Smoke in the back. They flew over from Jersey to fly with us this weekend. Paul Miller in the Chipmunk, that was a Havilland DHC-1 Chipmunk. Was a trainer in the 40s and 50s. And this is Jug Jagodnik again in the Piaggio 149. This airplane is built by Piaggio, a Swiss company. It's very similar to the Navion. Look at the lines, the canopy. Looks almost identical to the aircraft behind it, or the Navions behind it. After the war, North American designed and built a couple thousand of these Navions, and after a couple of years of production, the Ryan Aircraft Company bought Navion and continued to produce a few thousand more. Ryan, if you aviation enthusiasts remember, Ryan Aircraft Company built the Spirit of St. Louis. So the Navions that are flying today were either built by North American or by Ryan, but they're identical airplanes.
So takeoff after kryptonite. Doesn't matter, flash like a pancake.
As the 300 and 600 foot patterns keep going by, the boss is going to start picking out the low pattern. First aircraft in the line that's able to safely execute a landing will start bringing them in for landing.
You know the part when you wouldn't get that.
Pick these guys up, man, or we're up to 22. Okay, we've got a quick request of the crowd. Is there a Bill McCoy of White Hawk Aviation? Bill McCoy, please come back to the FPO. We need to get a start card for the B-25.
That's the one you were in. And you were in that T-34. Yeah, I did too. That was the best airplane I ever North American T-28 Trojan. They'll be taxiing out shortly. This is the taxi and that's the runway. They won't hit each other. They're off to the side.
There for like 30 years. Did you spread it to the right?
So remaining in the pattern is the Piaggio 149, two North American T6 Texans. We're keeping those aircraft airborne for a few more minutes until the B-25 Panchito's ready to go. Now, the next couple of minutes here, Panchito's warming up. To give you a sneak peek, after the B-25, we'll have a couple of guest announcers to discuss that airplane and its cool mission. Will be a T-28 Trojan, flown by Joe Edwards, followed by the L-39 jet, the Albatross jet, flown by Art Knowles. And then we'll have the T6 formations go up and show you what we were going to try to do with the Potomac flight. The TBM Avenger. This model of the TBM was built by General Motors. Belongs to the National Capital Squadron right here at Culpeper. Then we'll have the Wing Walker from the circus, followed by the T-28 Trojan Horseman formation team. And we'll end it up with another trip with the Harrier.
No good. We'll call Jim.
¿Qué?
We get Jared to take you up. Get Jared and Melissa to take you up in your airplane.
Last of the T6s here landing with Fran Fortin. He's got his gear down on lock, his flaps are down. Yeah, the art form of a tail dragger can be watched as you watch this airplane come by. Keep an eye on the tail, the rudder. And the winds are pretty right down the runway, so it's not too sporty, but the rudder's going to move a little bit if you can pay attention to it. There it goes. And the pilot's job is to aggressively manage that rudder to keep the aircraft tracking right down the runway. He's keeping the tail up to help his directional control, and then he lets the tail down and the taxi's clear. That was the low, slow flyer act, and there's one last airplane to land.
T-34.
And the last aircraft to land looks like the Beechcraft T-34 Mentor. This aircraft was a trainer in the Navy and Navy, Marine Corps, and Air Force after the T-28 was taken out of service. The T-34B, which is taxiing by, was replaced by the T-34C, which was a turboprop. It had a jet engine up front with a prop on it. Fran keeps his aircraft here, member of the National Capital Squadron. The pilots cannot hear your applause, so give them a big wave as they go by. Alright folks, the Air Boss has just cleared B-25 Panchito, piloted by Larry Kelly, for takeoff. So he's taxiing out into the center line of runway 4. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce two folks who've been really a big part of making the Culpeper Air Fest 2014 happen and the Potomac flight. I'm going to introduce to you support team, CEO of the company.